Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 112 of Short Fever. Today we'll be going over the classic game Mega Man, or Mega Man 1. Now, this video actually won't be, well, I don't expect it to be very long because Mega Man honestly isn't that complex of a game. But yeah, so the game is divided into 6 bosses, and each of these bosses have their own levels. And so the 6 main bosses we have are Cutman, Gutsman, Bomb Man, Iceman, Fireman, and Elec Man. Now, with these bosses, I went in the order of, I believe it was Cutman, Gutsman, no, it was Cutman, Bombman, Gutsman, Elec Man, Iceman, and then Fireman. I think that's what I went. But yeah, so out of those 6 stages, which are just the baseline stages, my least favorite was absolutely Iceman stage because, oh my gosh, it just took me forever. There was like one point specifically where I had to you had to do some like platforming and stuff like that, and then there was like this area where you had to move, like jump across on these little like moving platform enemy things, and they would shoot out beams at the sides, or at least orbs of energy at the sides. And if you jumped on one of them at the time, because it's all above an abyss, if you jumped on one of them and then shot it out, it'd knock you out every single time. So yeah, I was not a big fan of the Iceman stage. The Iceman boss battle, it was fun. I honestly don't know exactly what I would say my favorite boss battle out of those 6 was. I mean, all of them are pretty easy. I enjoy Cutman a lot because, I mean, it's kind of a difficult boss fight because he's always jumping around and stuff like that. But his later challenges are a lot harder than his first one because, like, it's just not super difficult. But yeah, so that's all that's all there really was for the 6 bosses. They all had cool designs. I'd say my favorite designed boss probably Elec Man because he just has a really cool design and a nice color palette. But yeah, so then after that, once you beat all 6 of them, you end up getting access to the Wily stages. Now there's 4 Wily stages. Each of them are their own self-contained level. But yeah, so with these, you end up going on the first stage. Now the first stage was my least favorite stage in all of Mega Man 1. This stage is absolute bull crap because you started off, you get these like little plunger jumping dudes. They're hard to get around because their jumps aren't like, they're not predictable. Like sometimes they'll jump high, you can get under them. Sometimes they won't. They'll just keep jumping low and you'll get hit. And then once you get past that, you get these like jumps where you have to get on like the very edge and then jump because there's not like a block above you that is allowing you to jump or to hit your head and go into them. Where there's like a flame shooting out. And yes, after I learned that you could freeze those flames, it was a lot easier, but still, oh my gosh, not like that. And then when you get going along, ultimately, it's pretty smooth sailing there until you get to the Yellow Devil. Don't get me started on the Yellow Devil. This level had me tweaking. The Yellow Devil is such a... I know he's a Mega Man icon, but I hated fighting this man. It was absolutely egregious, but I ultimately did end up beating him. Then you move on to stage 2. Now, stage 2 is pretty straightforward. You have multiple boss fights. You end up, I believe, fighting 3 of them. You start off with Cutman, then I think it's... crap. Who's it after that? Yeah, it's Cutman, then it's Elec Man. Yeah, no, you only fight 2. And you gotta, like, platform over abysses, over multiple abyss. And then ultimately you end up getting to like this tower area where you just slowly progress your way through. You can choose the Elec Man ability to destroy like these little robot things that they like slide up and down, and they slide horizontally, vertically or horizontally. And then ultimately, once you get to the bottom of that, you get to the fight where you fight the cloned Mega Man. Now, this fight honestly was very difficult. It was honestly about as difficult as the Yellow Devil one, but I liked this one more because it was easier to get to it. Like, the progression to it was a lot easier, in my opinion. And it had more of a pattern because if you stay in the left corner and you watch how he moves every time, because you're like in like a disco ball looking room, and every time he's on a panel where there's 2 adjacent blocks that are the same color, he shoots. And this can allow you to easily beat him with just the Mega Blaster, or the Mega Buster, my bad. But yeah, so after this, you end up progressing to stage 3. Now, stage 3 of Wily was my favorite out of all of Mega Man. This stage was just super fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was really simple. It was really easy. But once you get to the boss fight's not super easy, but it's probably the most, like, complex boss fight in all of Mega Man 1, and it's just really fun, because what you gotta do is you gotta start off, and, well, I actually didn't do this. So what you gotta do is you have this, it's called CWU 01P, I believe, and, it is like this blob with a mechanism inside, and you can't hit it with them unless you use the Mega Buster, or the blocks that are on the ground via Gutsman's ability. The super arms, what it's called. Yeah, so as it's flying around, you gotta dodge it and dodge projectiles it shoots, and then shoot at it at times when you can and avoid getting hit. And then once you get about halfway done, what I did was I swapped Gutsman's power, then used the super arm to throw the blocks in because the blocks do significant damage, and it's a lot easier if you do Mega Buster first and then Gutsman rather than Gutsman first and Mega Buster. So I tried that multiple times. I didn't end up getting successful with any of them, but then I tried Mega Buster first, get him down to half health, then use the Gutsman ability, the super arm, to throw the blocks in. That's a lot easier. But yeah, then you end up going to the fourth stage. Now the fourth stage honestly isn't anything too crazy complex. Like, all you gotta do is really just platforming in a vertical area, and then you can use the Lake Man ability to destroy like these little shooter things, like little turrets. They pop up and they shoot horizontally, 2 blasts horizontally, 2 diagonally, and 1 vertically. And there's a bunch of them. You can just use the Lake Man to one-shot them. But yeah, then you won't really get up to, and ultimately get to this platform that'll like move and drop down when it enters the area. We saw it in, I believe, Gutsman's stage. And so ultimately, once you get past that, you can either get you can get actually both a life up or the Yaseichi, which is essentially just like a all around boost. It gives you it fills up all of your energy meters on all your weapons, gives you max health and all that stuff. Then you pick up that one up. Then you end up going up to a boss marathon when you end up fighting. I believe you fight. Crap, who's the first one? It's not. Golly, why am I forgetting? It's not Bomb Man, because Bomb Man is the last one. Iceman. It might be Fireman. Yeah, I think it's... No, is it Fireman first? I don't think so. I know you fight Fireman, because you don't fight a Leg Man, because you already fought a Leg Man. And you don't fight Cut Man. So, crap. Who am I forgetting? You have Guts, Bomb. I think it is. No, it's not. Okay, I think it's Fireman, then Gutsman, then Iceman, and then Bombman. I think that's the right order. And then ultimately, once you get through there, you end up going to the top, where you progress along through this hallway, and then you end up facing Wily. Now, Wily's first stage, honestly, is super easy. All you gotta do is dodge his circulating projectile and jump over it most of the time, and then shoot at this little, like, weak point that he has. And then the next one is also pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is jump up, dodge, what are essentially like kind of fireballs, and just jump up, shoot at him, jump up, shoot at him. It's super easy. And then, yeah, once you beat that, you have defeated Dr. Wily, and Mega Man, or Rock Man, whatever you want to call him, ends up returning to Dr. Light, who's the good doctor. It's a TV reference, guys. But yeah, you end up returning to Dr. Light and your sister, you're a clone pair of twins if you don't know Mega Man lore. But yeah, end up returning there, and the day is saved. Yippee, yippee, yippee! You've beat Dr. Wily for the first of many times. But yeah, so that's kind of like the basic premise of Mega Man 1. Now, I don't know what I'd say my favorite ability was. I think, well, actually I do. I believe my favorite ability would probably be, probably Fireman's ability, because I just really liked how it like put an aura of fire at you and also shot the projectile, so it was very useful for dealing with areas that had like multiple enemies. But yeah, and also I forgot to mention the one collectible in the game, which is the Magnet Beam. You collect it in, I believe it is Iceman stage? Yes. Yeah, Iceman stage. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's Iceman stage, where you're progressing up like a vertical area, and then you gotta use Gutsman's ability to throw 3 blocks out of the way, or the super arm. I don't know why I keep saying Gutsman's ability, because I know the name of it. It's super arm. Use the super arm 3 times, and then eventually walk up on it, and you get the magnet beam. And what this does is it shoots a beam, and it makes a little platform that you can hop up on to the platform. It's not used much throughout the game. Like, it's only really used to get the Yaseichi, and you don't even have to use it to get the Yaseichi, really. And to get in like a platforming area on the way to the Yellow Devil in the first Wily stage. But yeah, that's all it really was about the abilities. Now, I guess music-wise, my favorite piece of music was actually the credit scene, because it's just really good. It's really just fun to vibe with. Now, like, yeah, the music's always phenomenal in Mega Man games. Like, I've always loved the music in Mega Man games. Out of the Mega Man games that I've played 11, X1, and X2, and a little bit of the Zero games, or Z, whatever it is. The games with Zero as the main character. But yeah. So, like, I own so many Mega Man games, I just haven't played a lot of them. So I was like, you know what, I need to make a crack into some of them. So yeah, that is all there really is for Mega Man 1. Like, yes, it was a difficult game. It was hard, I gotta admit. It only ended up taking me like 5 hours to beat or something like that, or a 100% beat, even though there was only one collectible. But, or it wasn't even really optional nor collectible, because you gotta have it for one stage. But yeah, it was a good game, good starting point for the series, and I'm glad it got better. I gotta say at least because the X Games, I love the X Games. They're so much fun. They're more up my alley than the original series ones. But I'm still gonna play some more of the original series. I don't know when because I started Ghost of Yotei today. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Mega Man, and that's all I really have for episode 112 of Show Review. So thank you very much for watching.